Strawberry Full Moon Tidings, Sacred Folk Herbalists. I'm Jenny Elise, as you know, and I'm here to speak a little bit about strawberries, right? This is an indigenous food, an indigenous medicine. It's a part of the Wabanaki decolonial diet, which is a sacred Mi'kmaq and Anishinaabe. These are various tribes that are closely related, part of the traditional food system. So how did this get colonized, right? Well, we know that strawberries are rich sources of salicylates or salicylic acid, right? It's really great for the skin. It's a very powerful enzyme. It's also rich in CoQ10, another enzyme that's particularly helpful when addressing heart diseases. It's great for lowering heavy metals. If there's heavy metal poisoning in the body, it's rich in vitamin A, C, K, also full of protein, different vitamins, carbohydrates, biotin is what I was thinking. So it's just loaded with a lot of different medicines. So it's cancer prevention medicine, also cancer treatment medicine. And it's also great for the reproductive system. It helps to lessen cramps. It's wonderful for heavy menstrual flows. It helps with depression. It also works in the heart. The cardiovascular system is mentioned. But this medicine is native, right? This is a medicine native to Turtle Island. So Mi'kmaq tribe has used this medicine. As Shanae Bullock from the Shinnecock Nation mentioned, her people have used this medicine since the beginning of time. It's a part of creation story. And also Anishinaabe and various sub-tribes within the people of the Anishinaabe have utilized this medicine for centuries, since the beginning of time, really. So thousands of years, actually. Centuries is hundreds, so thousands and thousands of years. So when you look at the map from the World Health Organization, if you look at it from that lens, the medicine that is strawberry is native to most of Turtle Island, all the way down to Guatemala, so the southern part of the turtle's tail, right? So if you look at the map, most states have had an indigenous strawberry, meaning pre-colonial. Meaning the way in which we interact with strawberries today is completely out of context, right? There's no acknowledgement. So on this full moon, we want to really start to begin to look at plant acknowledgements. This is one of many series that will be launched, as my heart is extremely focused on being in solidarity with my sisters, Native women, Indigenous women across the world, and also specifically the Indigenous women whose land that I currently and wrongfully live on, being a stowaway descendant of enslaved Africans just a few generations ago. So it's important for me, someone who also has some historical Native ancestry, to be in right relation with the individuals who I take their medicine from. So if we are sitting with strawberries and we're eating and creating and, medicating ourselves and anointing and adorning ourselves with a berry, a plant, a food, an herb, whatever it is, it's so important that we understand the original and traditional story. There is a beautiful coming of age ceremony that the Anishinaabe and other various tribes have to welcome a young girl into womanhood as she crosses the threshold following menstruation. Two-spirit individuals also may partake in this ceremony, and those who were not able to be present for the ceremony at a young age can partake in this ceremony. So this is a ceremonial food, a ceremonial berry, and one that, again, has been co-opted, colonized, the original traditional stories and original keepers completely erased from the mainstream image and understanding of what it means to be in relationship with strawberries. Today, colonial strawberry shortcake is big for me. I grew up drinking strawberry milkshakes as like a toddler, as an infant, because it was one of the only beverages, milk-based beverages that I would take in. Like, we're talking Nestle strawberry, complete Babylon, complete horrible, terrible stuff. But I've had this relationship with strawberry in the most artificial, most superficial way. And as we, as folk herbalists, are committed to, again, standing in solidarity, decolonizing our plant path, re-indigenizing the medicines and ways in which we commune with plants, so important to look at every part of our nutritional intake and our relationship with the plant people. And so strawberry is extremely sacred. June full moon is always strawberry moon, because this is the time when the strawberries are most fruiting and the season is peaking and harvesting is taking place. So knowing all of this, also bringing into context that Indigenous women were forbidden to work with strawberries, their original medicine. How does that make us to feel, right? How do we think about strawberries now moving forward? Every time we cut open a strawberry, or every time we sit with a strawberry, what will come to mind? And hopefully it really drops us into our heart in a way in which we can be authentic and acknowledge one another's plant path and acknowledge one another's medicine across the entire earth, because we all have unique medicines. And when we acknowledge where a particular medicine is from, we give voice to the original seed keepers, the original stewards, we remember them, and we take a little blast in the past, right? And think about how those original peoples were working with those medicines. Shanae Bullock from the Shinnecock Nation, as well as others from the Anishinaabe nations and Mi'kmaq nations, have written and shared that this medicine was often utilized for women's complaints and was often used as a way to increase energy levels, to protect the body, to fortify the body. So knowing this, it's our responsibility to be in solidarity on the planet.